Soft-Sen Manhwa Where MC start as Efrank, then suddenly grows stronger Part 2. Readers of this manhwa wants to see MCs getting stronger and stronger every episode. This anime shows the same thing with no unique story or art, but still it's one of the most read manhwas in the world. Solo Leveling is a manhwa about an average guy who suddenly goes from a weak fag to a stronger fighter. With great attention to detail, this manhwa has produced a movie with very close resemblance to the original concept of the series. If you're looking for an action-packed and fun-to-read manhwa, then this is your pick. Starting off with our number 10, I Log In Alone. Overall, it is another solo leveling manhwa. It's just that it lacks that punch that solo leveling had. World building is good, main character is somewhat cool, anyhow you know what I mean. If we were to talk about its flaws, then one can point that it's not that immersive, but still a worthy read. MC is constantly leveling up and learning new skills, and watching him grind through everything is satisfactory. Nice power politics is going around in the background and the pacing is also done right. Everything is going on right till now. Number 9. The Divine Twilight's Return. After being put on a trial, the deity once known as the Divine Twilight is offered a job by Thanatos, king of the underworld. Now the fallen deity is back on Earth at his former self, Lee Changson, and is tasked with sealing those trying to invade from beyond. With the promise of a fresh start, Chansung is gathering the gears and skills needed to get the job done, but he's feeling some watchful eyes on him. Will this Divine Twilight see a new day, or is the sun setting on his second chance? Number 8. My Life as a Player. The story is a classical, awakened RPG-themed manhwa with the motive of revenge or vengeance. It is generic and basic and carries the same type of story as the Kill the Hero, where the manhwa solely focuses on revenge and does not include other elements of life like romance, food, etc. Basically other genres, and this series was generic and unoriginal. The beginning is great and the story development is normally paced. The art is not the best but still good. I recommend that you give it a try to see if you like it, but in my opinion, it's worth your time. Number 7. microHUNTER. While out to get his sister's favorite snack, Baekhyun finds himself and the people around him suddenly shrinking to the size of ants. Now, everything from cats to robotic vacuums pose a threat to human survival. Within this chaos, everyone is given a gift, a unique superpower and interface that lets them see data about themselves. Though it becomes a dark and desperate world, Baekhyun must put his ability and wits to the test to make it out alive and save his sister. Anyways, I'm still reading this manhwa because I find survival-based story like this quite interesting. If you are into survival-based stories with decent powers, can overlook its flaws and have some spare time, I recommend giving microHUNTER a try. Number 6. Limit Breaker. Dungeons and monsters suddenly appear and the world falls into chaos. Gibbon Kim, an ordinary young part-timer, has been sucked up into an awakening dimensions for 3,000 years to train his powers. When he makes his return to reality, he is a max-level player who only has one wish, to reconcile with his loved ones. 10 years have passed in the real world during his absence. How will Gibbon be able to find his place in the world with his new limit-breaking abilities? Give it a try if that's what you are looking for, but keep in mind that the story will be lacking. Moving on to our number 5, The Lone Necromancer. Seung-woo is a former Special Forces soldier who has returned to college after completing his national service. His ordinary life as a student is shattered during class one day when he and his fellow students are faced with a mysterious prompt asking them to select a role. Seung-woo chooses the Necromancer, a rare ability that grants him the power to control the undead. With the campus and outside world seemingly on the brink of collapse, Seung-woo must use his newfound power to battle fearsome monsters and help save his fellow students. But will they make it out alive? Overall, I highly recommend that you read this since it has a lot of potential. Number 4. My 990,000 Past Lives Help Me. As an Efrank hunter, Kang Hyun-jun struggles to make a living in a world where dungeons exist and monsters are real. But after repeatedly failing to pull his weights in raids and being chewed out by fellow party members, his self-esteem hits rock bottom. To make matters worse, his girlfriend, who has climbed the ranks during their time together, dumps him on their one-year anniversary. When Hyun-jun returns home that night in a drunken haze, he finds himself walking into a dreamscape instead of his humble studio. There, a man claiming to be one of his past lives offers him to make him stronger. But as the saying goes, if there is no pain, there is no gain. Will Hyun-jun be able to endure multiple trials and finally obtain the strength he so desperately desires? Number 3. Taming Master. Jin-sung may look like your average college student, but in the harsh VR world of Kailan, he is Lan, a mighty level 93 archer. So when he suddenly resets his character, everyone thinks he is totally nuts. What they don't realize is that Jin-sung has unlocked a powerful new hidden class. Now taming monsters is tough, and leveling up is a slog. But when his VR-loving teacher threatens to fail him, Jin-sung has just 2 months to level up and achieve glory as the one and only Taming Master. Number 2. The S-classes that I raised. Eugene is an F-ranker overshadowed by his little brother, an S-ranker. Only does is get in his brother's way, causing trouble wherever he goes. When a seemingly routine dungeon raid goes wrong and costs Eugene his brother's life, Eugene decides to use the wish granted by clearing the dungeon to reset his timeline. The plan was to lead a quiet life from now on, but now it turns out he can help other people become S-rankers. Maybe this is Eugene's chance at building his own entourage of powerful metahumans, but it may be easier said than done. And at number 1, we have One Punch Man. I obtained a mythic item. The manhwa is amazing. The artwork is fabulous. It has a lot of potential as a fantasy and action manhwa. I especially recommend this manhwa to solo leveling readers. This is one of the best newer manga I have read lately. It just pulls the reader in, and although the story isn't unique to what all the others have, it still has enough to not to be considered a copy and to keep you fully interested, and the art is also really good. I definitely recommend it and can't wait for more chapters. Well, that's it for today guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and our list. If you did for real, make sure you slap that like button and get that like button go to blue. Also feel free to head to the comment section and let us know your thoughts about this video too. And as for now, I will catch you guys later. See ya!